Hi, and welcome to today's Daily Chronicle. Today is Wednesday, April 22nd, 2026. Fitness Fiesta. Selling Latinx culture through Zumba. Warm-up. There are a few things I hate more than waking up early or exercising. Imagine my friend's surprise then when, as a graduate student, I started to get up early to get to the gym before 8 a.m., 3 times a week. The culprit, Zumba Fitness. Zumba Fitness is a dance fitness program that uses mostly Latin music, along with other genres of Bollywood, soca, dancehall, and Afropop. As the instructor leads routines that range in intensity and musical style during the 1-hour class, the Zumba fitness program offers a variety of class formats. Including Zumba Basic, which most people think of as regular Zumba, and variations like Aqua Zumba, Zumba Gold, Zumba Toning, Zumba Sentao, Zumba Step, Zumba Kids, Zumbini for babies, and company's hit program Strong by Zumba. Zumba Fitness was the best stress relief. I felt rejuvenated after each class. With early morning Zumba, I didn't need 5 cups of coffee to get over my writer's block. And my experience confirmed what several medical studies have since demonstrated, that frequent participation in Zumba Fitness reduces anxiety and depression. Zumba Fitness class helped alleviate the anxiety of job applications, academic competition, and dissertation deadlines. What's more, Zumba Fitness featured music I loved. My dissertation examined the racial politics of reggaeton in Puerto Rico, and reggaeton just happened to be one of Zumba's Fitness's 4 core rhythms featured in its class. The class flew by and did not feel like I was working out. I just embraced Zumba's tagline, ditch the workout, join the party. I was hooked. But Zumba Fitness also made me uncomfortable, as this book demonstrates. Zumba's fitness marketing strategy promotes many stereotypical images of the exotic, tropical, foreign, Latin other. I loved exercising to my favorite songs, but I wonder how other students who are far less familiar with the music interpreted these routines. I was bothered by the idea that the Zumba fitness called salsa, merengue, reggaeton, and cumbia rhythms, when they are in fact vibrant and diverse genres of music that each incorporate a variety of rhythmic structures. I loved singing along to my favorite songs and doing the body rolls and booty pops. Still, I questioned if, for other people, these moves were offered evidence for what they already considered a hypersexual, loose Latin culture. I heard women in the locker room talk about how they envied their Latina instructors' supposedly natural hip-shaking moves. I attended a class taught by the same instructor that attracted Asian and Latin American immigrants who shared their challenges acclimated to life in the United States. I participated in classes where students shouted ole and waved around maracas off beat, and other classes where students profoundly sang along to the Spanish lyrics of Daddy Yankee and Victor Manuel. I heard stories from some white women about how Zumba fitness gave them an opportunity to express their sexy side, and stories from some black Latina and Afro-Latina women about how they tried to be more reserved within their moves so that they wouldn't be seen as hypersexual vixens. This book is my attempt to grapple with the contradictions I have experienced in my own Zumba fitness journey. And I am not alone. I have heard similar conflicting feelings from friends, relatives, and Zumba instructors, including many of the instructors I interviewed for this book. To get to the heart of these contradictions, I've attended Zumba fitness classes in New England and the South, from California to Maine. I've taken Zumba fitness classes in schools and community centers, corporate gyms and dance studios, college campuses, and children's museums, and even on a cruise ship. I've danced to different Zumba rhythms like reggaeton, tango, soca, salsa, Bollywood, dancehall, belly dance, cumbia, quebradita, flamenco, merengue, hip-hop, bachata, asonto, and more. All of this has taught me that there is no one way to do Zumba fitness. Zumba fitness means a lot of different things to different people, and it can get messy sometimes. Fitness Fiesta explores these contradictions through close analysis of videos, advertisements, memes, and newspaper coverage, along with interviews that I conducted with Zumba instructors and presenters. Taken together, these sources tell a complex story about how Zumba fitness represents and commodifies Latin culture. This happens as much in the everyday space of the gym as it does in the marketing materials produced by Zumba's home office. The company's corporate headquarters in Florida will demonstrate how multiple and often conflicting ideas about Latinx identities and cultures circulate simultaneously in the Zumba fitness world. Some might question why it matters what Zumba fitness says about Latinx culture. The program has been ridiculed for being a fad, tacky, or cheesy, not real exercise, or on its way out. Regardless of its future, and to be clear, I don't see Zumba fitness going anywhere anytime soon. The reality is it is a tremendously popular fitness program that for many is their main point of contact, if not their only one with Latin culture. For this reason, it is critical to unpack the lessons, images, and ideas about Latinx American culture that circulates in the Zumba fitness universe. Doing so unearthed deeply entrenched understandings of the relationship between race, belonging, citizenship, and Latinidad in the contemporary United States. The Three Albertos. In Zumba fitness circles, the company's origin story has taken an almost mythical status. It begins with the three Albertos. First is Alberto Beto Perez, the creator of the face of the Zumba fitness. The story begins when Beto forgot to bring his music to an aerobics class he taught in his native Cali, Colombia. So he substituted a tape of his favorite salsa and merengue hits instead. The students loved it, and he continued building a dance fitness following this new formula in Colombia. Eventually, Beto made it to Miami, where he began to teach his special brand of aerobics he called Rumba Sis. One day, a Colombian woman in his class named Raquel Perlman asked him to meet with her son, the second Alberto. Alberto Perlman had enjoyed some success promoting Latin American internet startups. But once the dot-com bubble burst, he found himself unemployed and living at his mother's house. He met Perez and saw potential to expand Rumba Sis. Together they linked up with the third Alberto Aicon, Perlman's childhood friend and former business partner. The three Albertos created a business plan that merged Perez's dance background with Aicon and Perlman's business savvy. They named their new program Zumba, what Perez later described as an invented word, a fusion of samba, the lively Brazilian dance form, and rumba, meaning party. In 2002, they produced their own workout video set of Beto's classes to peddle nationally. On television, Perlman obtained funding for the infomercials from investors in Ohio. The infomercials grew popular, and the three Albertos began receiving other opportunities to include their chance to partner with the Kellogg's, who put Zumba fitness DVDs in their special case cereal boxes. Infomercials expanded the Spanish language market in 2004. Eventually, people began calling Alberto Aicon to find out how they could become instructors. The Albertos had done a few local trainings that licensed instructors to teach Zumba fitness. And in local trainings that licensed instructors to teach Zumba fitness, they created the Zumba Educational Division. They began producing music, choreography, and marketing support. In 2006, they created the Zumba Instructor Network, ZIN, which is fundamental to their business operations. Instructors pay monthly dues to join ZIN in exchange for new music and choreography to use in their class. The fitness craze continued to take off. Gyms became more interested, more Zen members joined, and the brand became a global phenomenon. Zumba Fitness now boasts a global audience. Potential instructors attend a one-day training taught by Zumba education specialist says, which is the highest level Zumba fitness professional. Upon completion, instructors earn a license that permits them to teach Zumba fitness. However, they also have to pay the Zumba home office monthly dues to keep their licenses in good standing and join the Zumba instructor network. In return, instructors receive music recordings to use in their classes on Zen volumes, or increasingly the Zen Play app. The company also provides Zen members with marketing tips, choreography, a website domain, and exclusive access to discounts, and the Zumba convention, among other things. In this way, Zumba's fitness primary customers are its own instructors who dutifully give the company their monthly dues and often purchase Zumba products from vacations to clothing. The Zumba home office does not release revenue figures, but in 2012, Perlman suggested that the company was worth 9 figures. Since then, even if its popularity is said to have peaked, Zumba Fitness has only grown. Zumba Fitness business model thus revolves around an idea that the company produces entrepreneurs, giving instructors all the tools they need to be successful. What instructors do with that information is up to them. As we will see later, many Zumba instructors encounter significant challenges with this business model. However, some also see it as a way to achieve individual success and, in some cases, the American dream. The serendipitous story of the Zumba fitness creation. And ultimate success foregrounds many of the critical values of ideologies embedded within Zumba fitness brand. The frequent mentioning of the 3 Alberto's Colombian roots, and in particular, Beto's history, teaching dance fitness classes in Colombia, represents Zumba fitness is authentically rooted in Latin American culture. This authenticity forms a critical part of the Zumba fitness brand, and now instructors on the ground view their own relationships in the exercise program. In addition, the story is fully steeped in the ideals of the American dream. Persistence, endurance, innovation, and sacrifice all take center stage in the story of Zumba's fitness beginnings. This ethos aligns with the program with hegemonic ideologies of neoliberalism and post-racialism in the United States. In doing so, Zumba fitness capitalizes on the marketing of ethnic difference. This case, what I term tropicalized Latinaness, without troubling the racial status quo. Instead, Zumba fitness couches its narrative. Within the rhetoric of cultural appreciation, honoring diversity, and meritocracy that ultimately masks the continued salience of racial hierarchies in the United States. I often get funny looks from people when I explain that I am researching Zumba fitness and what it tells us about Latinx identity. And citizenship. Many people understand Zumba fitness is to be something that is tied to Latin culture, but the issue of citizenship throws some people off. Perhaps this is because of the common attitude in the United States that one's fitness is a result of their individual choices to consume healthy foods, exercise regularly, and avoid habits like smoking or drinking alcohol. However, it is precisely this assumption that one's health and fitness stem exclusively from their lifestyle choices that obscures how physical ability is central to our conceptions of citizenship. Many scholars, disability studies, have made this argument. In relation to the ways that judgments of an individual's or group's capacity for rational thought and physical strength have been used to restrict their citizenship rights and exclude them from important civic spaces. Kathleen Lebesco argues that disability and weight gain are often depicted as fundamentally distinct due to assumptions that one does not choose to live with a disability, but one can modify their lifestyle in order to avoid the unhealthy consequences of being overweight. Nevertheless, she argues that both disability rights activists and fat activists strive to combat similar structural inequalities, like the lack of access to services or the negative impact of social stigma. Despite being constructed as a choice, Lebesco shows that the weight and shape of the body are central to hegemonic definitions of citizenship. That determine who belongs in the United States. Basically, because health habits are considered matters of choice, engaging in fitness demonstrates a commitment to neoliberal ideologies. That link citizenship to one's self-sufficiency. And productivity. Historian Shelley Mackenzie argues that since the 1950s, fitness became tied with patriotism and productivity. Historian Shelley Mackenzie argues that since the 1950s, to be fit was to be a good citizen. A hard worker and an impactful contributor to society. At the same time, to have fit citizens in the wakes of several major wars also assured that the military would have ample able-bodied men to fight if the need arose. They intimately linked patriotism to physical fitness. As time wore on, though, ideas about physical fitness began to stress individual fitness outcomes rather than national security. Although still in the context of civic duty, beginning in the 1960s, media and policy discourses shifted to endorsing fitness as a way to achieve ideal health and beauty. Promoters of fitness argued that it could also lead to other emotional and personal enhancements like increased happiness and professional competence. Physical fitness increasingly became a marker of not only health, but also the type of morality and self-discipline consistent with hegemonic expectations of proper citizens. Maintaining a fit body, write sociologists Shari L. Dworkin and Faye Linda Watch, is no longer viewed as personal choice, but as an obligation to the public. Good and a requirement for good citizenry. The once narcissistic body obsession has not only become a marker of individual health, but a form of social responsibility and civic participation. Jennifer Smith McGuire argues that the notion that individuals either choose to be fit or to be inactive rendered fitness an ethical and moral choice, affiliated with connotations of status, virtuousness, and self-responsibility. Even with increased attention to beauty. Or personality enhancements, the relationship between physical fitness and citizenship never completely disappeared. This coupling of physical fitness and citizenship ramped up in the 1980s. The fitness industry mushroomed during this time with the advent of more private fitness clubs and the popularity of fitness celebrities like Jane Fonda, whose aerobics videos made exercise possible whenever and wherever the consumer chose to do it. It is no accident that these ideas about fitness and individual accountability grew in earnest during President Ronald Reagan's administration, which emphasized toughness and self-reliance. Indeed, McKinsey writes that Reagan used exercise to demonstrate his own ruggedness and fitness for office. The widespread availability of fitness furthered the assumption that fitness was always a personal choice. Physical fitness conjoined health, patriotism, and morality by making individual self-sufficiency central to being productive, industrious, and valued citizen.